Welcome, Just Jeff on Life. Today's point to ponder. If a person goes fishing and catches nothing, did they waste their time? Well, of course they did, right? What's the point of going fishing except to catch fish? Now, my conclusion, if you want to know that and don't want to watch the video with how I reached it, or the backstory, if you will, my conclusion is I admire people who fish, and I think everyone should go fishing. All right, now, I don't like fishing. I've never really liked fishing. I've done it throughout the years. It's really a waste of time. Most of the time, almost all the time that I've ever gone fishing, I've come home empty handed. And it's cold and rainy and windy and boring. Yeah, it's if the point is catching fish, it's easier to go to the store and just buy the fish. Now, if the point is catching the fish, you didn't catch them if you went to the store. If the point is just to have fish. Now, a different perspective, or an additional perspective. Years ago, I'm driving down the road, and in front of me, a lane over, is a truck, a camper, a fishing boat, a trailer. And I just comment, there goes $80,000 heading to catch $8 a pound fish. The cost benefit analysis does not even come close. Now, that was years ago. Now you can buy a $100,000 fishing boat. Some people might have $200,000 worth of equipment driving down the road to go fishing and come home empty-handed. Now, for me, even if I catch the fish, I don't want the fish. So, fishing, it's not that exciting. It's not that fun. Now, I'm not bad-mouthing people who go fishing. My experience. And from a rational perspective, it makes no sense. All right. So why then would I admire people who go fishing? Because I have learned to recognize and to see that it is not as much about fishing. It is almost the epitome of it is the journey, it is the process, it is the experience. And the byproduct, if you will, of catching fish is almost just a bonus. Now, I can't speak for people who fish, but it seems that way. I believe it is also very cathartic, very cathartic. And this is the key piece for me. It's out being in tune with nature, being in touch with nature. I have a brother who fishes adamantly. If you were to describe him, who he is, what he likes to do, you'd have to include fishing. And last year I went fishing with him. Now, we were ahead of the run, the salmon run. We went out for about 45 minutes, figured out that they weren't running yet, and we left. That was the extent of my fishing season. So I mentioned this to him recently. He says, yeah, he didn't really say it's not about the fish. He actually has quite a bit of fish. He's good at it. He catches a bunch. It's about the quiet. It's about the relaxation. He says, yeah, if I have a stressful day and I go out on the river, go fishing, it's calming. It's relaxing. I think it's probably not hard to be stressed when you're fishing because it's pretty easy to be stressed and carry that wherever you go. I do that. I can go into what ought to be a calming experience and I can carry that stress over. So I'm working a job right now, and there is a guy who fishes not every day, but several days a week. And he's got a slow trolling motor across this beautiful lake that constantly is grabbing my eye and my attention. And he's fishing. I've not yet seen him catch anything. He may have. I don't watch him long enough to see whether he catches. And I find myself envying him in a good way, in a healthy way, thinking, I probably could afford, if you will, to add fishing into my life for the good that it brings. Now, I think it doesn't have to be fishing. I imagine it's very similar for those who hike on a regular basis, those who camp on a regular basis, those who simply go to a body of water on a regular basis. There's a symbiotic sort of experience, I think, with nature. I realize I'm out a lot, I'm very active, but I'm always on concrete. I'm always in structures. I'm in my car right now. It's a structure. Now I'm out. I can roll down the window and feel the wind, and I can have sun on me or rain or whatever. But I believe that it's very grounding, and I think there's part of us, part of who we are, that just longs to be in touch and in tune with nature. And I think the people who fish are experiencing that, whether that is what they would express or not in these words. So I actually admire people who fish, and I think we all probably could afford to go fishing more often, or with the short list of things I mentioned, hike, appreciate the view, walk along the shore, throw some rocks in the water, garden. I think they're all very similar, and I've grown to have an admiration for people who don't just do it once in a while, but it really is, and I'm going to say it appears to be an important part of their life, and probably for the balance that it achieves and the calming. There's lots. I don't have to list. I think you get it. So, if a person goes fishing and catches nothing, did they waste their time? By all means, no. Unless their only goal, their only return is to catch something. But I'm pretty sure from the people that have commented on this post when I posted it originally, and those who I've talked to, catching of the fish is maybe a very close second to the experience of being out there. There you go. I think we all ought to go fishing. Just Jeff on life. These are my thoughts. Let me know yours.